Hello, this is Nangi Kim. A pleasant and safe working environment is the right of every worker and the responsibility of the employer. However, some of these environments do not even have a general standard of health, giving rise to countless disasters. Victimization of workers, economic loss. What can we do to prevent these societal and economical disasters in the workplace?
Handrails and protective barriers are a must. Above all, protective equipment must be worn. Aren't safety devices the most important? The workplace must be organized and flammable materials must be isolated.
Yes, that's right. These kinds of protective measures are neither difficult nor are they not within our reach. As follows, if both the workers and the employers cooperate in following these basic rules, thoughtless and unnecessary disasters can be prevented. Let's go find out now just how these safety rules can be applied in the workplace. Taking safety checks before starting to work and proper housekeeping while working allows the worker to check for any faulty equipment and take preventive measures and should be the first and foremost step taken to prevent accidents. Tools and machine parts scattered here and there in the workplace not only make for an ineffective working place, but is a potential cause for accidents due to falls. Therefore, beginning work, an equipment checklist should be made, and most importantly, the equipment should be checked to see that it is in good working order. This is why an organized and well-maintained working environment is essential for safety. Although it is important for the equipment and parts to be in good working order, there should also be a safe walkway for the workers. This is because if the workers cannot move around in the workplace safely, accidents are bound to occur. In particular, workplaces that utilize forklifts and cranes are a prime site for accidents as workers are injured by rotating machinery. Therefore, a safe and ample pathway for workers is necessary, especially on the construction site. Protective measures against falling objects, handrails, and adequate lighting, such as in this case, will prevent workers from falling in the workplace. Accidents can also be prevented if the workers stay within these areas. Ow! Ooh, was I glad I was wearing the safety helmet. It was effective in preventing a major accident. However, in 1999, 36.3% of workers who were not attired in safety helmets suffered from head injury in the workplace. Also, crashes can also be prevented by the simple use of safety belts. Such personal protective equipment is the worker's lifeline. Let's see then what comprises such personal protective equipment. First, we have safety helmet and handrails, protective shoes, and gloves protect the worker from sudden impact or severe shock, protective eyewear, organic solvent respirators to prevent from the inhalation of toxic fumes, particulate respirator protecting from the inhalation of dust, earplugs to prevent injury to the ear and earmuffs, air masks, and flame-proof clothes for working in a flammable environment. Protective clothing and devices are very important when working in high-voltage areas. In the last 3 years alone, 30% of the workers in such environments suffered serious accidents. This statistic alone is enough to show us the severity of the working conditions. As follows, protective and insulating clothes and devices are a must in such environments. Also, when working under these kinds of severe conditions, emergency equipment must be nearby in the event of an accident. Can accidents be caused by broken machinery? Of course they can. 10.41% of the accidents in 1999 occurred while repairing broken machinery. How can this be? This is because while one worker was repairing the machine, another worker would mistakenly turn it on. In such cases, simply locking the machine to prevent it from being switched on could have prevented these accidents. Furthermore, if the worker who was conducting the repair keeps the key with them, further accidents can be prevented. In addition, a simple sign that states that the machine is being repaired can be effective in preventing disasters. Around us, there are so many necessary accidents that could have been prevented by this simple sign. I'm on location here in a plating factory. Around me are the chemicals that are used in plating materials. However, there is no sign indicating just what these materials are. Keeping such dangerous chemicals around without any signs and warnings can project workers to accidents caused by fire and poisoning. Warning signs like these must be affixed near chemicals to warn workers of the potential dangers. Presses, cutters, saws, and pressure equipments are examples of machinery that can cause physical damage to workers. Protective devices must be installed near such dangerous machinery. Barricades on presses, pressure warnings near compressors, barriers near blades and cutter saws. Protective barriers and equipment automatically shut off the machine when a worker comes too near to prevent the unthinkable. However, many workplaces feel these barriers to get in the way of their work, and either do not install them or remove them if they have been installed. They don't realize that the lives of their workers are in their hands. Did you know that 42% of the accidents that occur on construction sites are due to falls from high places? However, these accidents too can be prevented by the simple installation of handrails and/or coverings. Any area that requires work in places above 2 meters requires such protective barriers and equipment to prevent falls. Areas with smaller openings require a protective covering. These coverings must be made from plywood 12 millimeters thick to prevent erosion and must be placed 10 centimeters in front of the opening. In addition, signs must be placed in such areas to warn the workers of potential falls. However, despite complete precautionary measures, accidents can and do still occur. In such cases, to minimize the degree of damage, safety nets must be installed. The safety net must be able to withstand a pressure of dropping 8 kilograms from a height of 10 meters. Also, these nets must be installed every 10 meters, and ones that are eroded or have already been used must be replaced. Reading the newspaper or watching the news on TV, we see the periodic report of explosions that occur in welding factories. Observing one of these factories, we see the flying sparks accompanied by the littering of tools, equipment, and volatile materials all over the place. In other words, many of these factories are an explosion waiting to happen. As follows, such dangerous chemicals should be kept isolated and away from the workplace. I'm now getting ready to climb into this manhole. Before climbing into a tightly sealed environment, we must make sure that the oxygen level is at least 18%. 54 workers died in the last 3 years from suffocation in the workplace. With proper air circulation, these people could have lived. Therefore, the air pressure must be checked before working and the level of oxygen must be at least 18%. If it is below 18%, the environment must first be circulated until it reaches this level. The workers must also take their life into their own hands by wearing the respiratory protective equipments. As we have seen, following these simple safety rules can prevent many unnecessary accidents in the workplace. The number 11 also was made to represent the side-by-side organization of the workplace and the firm placement of one's two legs for balance and security. From this point on, the workers and employers must cooperate in following along with the safety principles and laws so that we can all move towards a more safer environment. The maintenance of a safe and healthy working environment makes for happy families and a secure and brighter future.